welcome everybody to today's hearing on the Railroad Rehabilitation and Improvement Program, which of course we all know is referred to as RRIF program. The program, originally being created in 1998 in T21, is a dedicated source of loan funding for railroads infrastructure needs. It was limited to $3.5 billion in total outstanding loans, but Congress in the last highway bill, we recognized that we needed to increase that amount, and we increased the amount to $35 billion when we passed Safety Lou back a couple years ago. We also strengthened the RRIF program last year in the Amtrak and Rail Safety Bill by increasing repayment periods from 25 to 35 years. And I would support further improvements to the program in the next surface reauthorization bill. And that's a primary reason for holding the hearing here today. Without a doubt, the RRIF program is a top priority for this subcommittee, and we have repeatedly demonstrated Congress' intent to make this a strong program. Unfortunately, I think it's safe to say the RRIF program has been underutilized. Since 2002, the FRA has executed 23 loan agreements for a total of $778 million, and this is just a small fraction, in fact, a little over 2% of the authorized amount of loans. On the one hand, I want to commend the FRA for doing an outstanding job for selecting loan recipients. We have not had a single default on any of the RRIF loans, and you as well as the railroads deserve a pat on the back for a job well done. If only our nation's banks had a loan profiles that look like that, the FRA wouldn't be we wouldn't be in the mess we're in today. On the other hand, I want to implore upon this administration to make this program more accessible to borrowers. Again and again, Congress has butted heads with the executive branch, and I'm sad to say that it was a Republican administration that we butted heads with over the past several years in the RRIF programs, but the times appear that the administration had subverted the congressional intent when implementing the program. I'm confident that we will now come together to make the RRIF program a stronger program. FRA has done, as I said, a great job in supporting over the past decades, and I hope the attitude will prevail because Congress intended for a strong and well-utilized program. I'm encouraged that the rulemaking that was in process last year I'm encouraged that the rulemaking that was in the process last year would have tightened the requirements on borrowers has been withdrawn. The rule would have greatly increased the degree of difficulty for railroads to obtain a loan, creating a new, higher bar for qualification. The rule also introduced several other measures, such as a cap on loans to individual borrowers and public benefit requirement that would have crippled the RRIF loan program, and they were not in line with congressional intent. I'd like to see the department pursue policies in the opposite direction, making the program more accessible, not less, and making it more attractive financing mechanism for projects that are time sensitive or critical for the operation of a line. At a time when our nation is doing all it can to spur economic activity, the RRIF program stands as a potential model for how government can encourage economic growth, because RRIF is an innovative loan program and not a grant program where the government simply hands out cash. The private sector has an incentive to invest money in projects that will pay a financial dividend down the road. The railroad knows the loan has to be repaid and will only pick, I believe, the most critical projects and those that make the most economic sense, as opposed to, I believe, a grant program wouldn't be as strong. I look forward to hearing from our panelists this morning, and I'd like to learn more about what Congress can do to make sure this program is part of the solution to our economic crisis that we face today. And finally, Madam Chairwoman, I would like to introduce, for the record, testimony submitted by the Kansas City Southern, a Class 1 railroad, supporting the RRIF program. KCS has made some valuable recommendations in their testimony, including encouraging expedited environmental review for RRIF projects and promoting RRIF loans as a means of refinancing other debt obligations. I appreciate KCS's thoughtful testimony, and will be closely considered as we work to improve the RRIF program in the next highway reauthorization bill. So thank you very much, and yield back.